James McGrath.
Andy Gaunt, how are you?
I'm good, and I have to say, if you just pause for one moment, you may hear my son in the next room playing his saxophone. Very professional setup we have here at Curb and Canyon.
That's all right. Hang on. If you can just wait 1 second. Yeah, you can hear me screaming out for coffee. I have not yet had any coffee this morning.
Really? Not from your Mr. Fusion coffee maker thing that you use?
Mr. Coffee. No. I promised I would not talk about how early it is this morning. But guess this. It's now, so we're late, right? We're a little bit late recording this morning. For the last half an hour, my alarm's been going off, and I've been putting it on snooze because I completely forgot that we were doing an episode this morning. The alarm's going off, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what? Why is my alarm going off?
Why am I getting up?" Would you know? It's funny because I got the text from you, and Kath and I were sitting there watching TV. And I was quite enjoying it. I was heavily engrossed. And I get this text from you, and I was like, damn
it. Welcome to Curb and Canyon.
So how has the week been? I've had so many people reach out to me after last week and after our last episode, just blown away by what you and Ruthie have done. How's it been? How's it been? And for those who haven't tuned in, yeah, maybe just fill us in again.
Yeah, so we've had a Ukrainian family, the Filatovs, staying with us for a week now. And we sponsored their visa. They escaped the war zone, and it's been great. Absolutely lovely family. Their little girl is the same age as my little girl, Gracie, basically. So Gracie's got a new best friend. They're running around. She's babbling in English, which is not English, and the other one's babbling in Ukrainian, which is not Ukrainian. So they're fast friends. But it's been awesome. Google Translate on the iPhone is just absolutely incredible. You can sit there having a full-blown conversation in each other's language and just get on. It's incredible. But it's really cool. It's absolutely really cool. The guy's really, really nice. Former parts manager of Porsche Kyiv. And it's a little odd, I guess, but it's
of course.
It's just so nice to be helping these guys find their feet. And he's been also helping me out in the garage as well. So it's like,
you seem like saying, no, you don't use that part. Don't use that part here. What you want is part number, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, exactly. He's already given me loads of advice about my Cayenne, about all the things that are wrong with it that I need to fix. One of them being the transfer case, which is almost out of warranty. I didn't know this. As a 2014 Cayenne, there is still extended warranty available from Porsche for another, like 6 months for the transfer case. So I need to get that.
It's amazing.
But yeah, it's awesome. He's awesome. We're having a lot of fun. We're getting him set up here, and it's nice to have another Porsche nut in the house. Yeah,
it's incredible. And again, like I say, I've had so much feedback from people I know, people reaching out on Instagram, just saying what an incredible thing it is you and Ruthie have done. So hats off to you again, my friend.
What's new with you, Elvis?
What?
I'm just constantly amazed at how perfectly formed your quiff is.
Do go on. Thanks, James. Thanks. I hoped you'd notice. I wanted to make an effort for you tonight. So, look, I feel like I start every one of these conversations the same way at the moment, and I'm probably very much creating the impression that all my friends do is buy new Porsches.
Oh my God.
Right? Like literally.
Choco, Blocco, Rocco, Flocco. Who was it this week that got themselves a new Porsche?
It was no one whose name ends with any sort of O sound. My good buddy Erwin but I think you've seen this car, right? I've sent you pictures of this car.
This is the one. Wait a minute. Is this the mystery car that? So I've got 3 or 4 photos of this absolutely gorgeous, like graphite bluish sort of car in my photos. I don't know who sent it to me, but I'm sitting there thinking, that's a nice car. Who sent me that?
What do you mean you don't know who sent it? I sent it. Like, how do you not know that?
Well, I must have saved them from a conversation, and they're in my, so like at the moment, like literally last night, I was in front of the TV looking through my photos, and it's like Grace, Luke, Adam, Bluey, amazing new car, porn, Bluey. I was like, I had no idea, absolutely no idea.
You're thinking, what? Hang on, Was this from somebody's MySpace page that I was looking at last week?
So good old Erwin.
Yeah, Erwin bought himself a 991.2 GTS in graphite blue. It is.
God damn.
Oh man, what a color, what a car it is. It's spectacular. But I have to tell you, you might relate to this because us Porsche people, we're kind of nuts, right? So Erwin was trying to decide between 2 cars. He was, and I hope he doesn't mind me going into this in some depth, but perhaps some of our listeners will relate to this. So he was trying to decide between 2 cars, a GT Silver GTS and this graphite blue GTS. Now, the truth is he preferred the graphite blue color. However, it had one fatal flaw, or potentially fatal flaw, and that was that it has the rear wiper.
Oh, what a loser. What a loser. Erwin, I don't know you, mate, but come on.
So Erwin messaged me one day and said, hey, have you got 5 minutes for a conversation? And I said, yeah, I've got 5 minutes for a conversation. I had just injured my back, so I had to lie on the floor for an entire day. So
no one cares.
I had plenty of time for a conversation.
Stretch. No one cares.
Can I just tell a story? Like, what? Is that too hard? I know you haven't had coffee yet and you're kind of grumpy and your hair looks ridiculous, but...
All right.
So, Erwin and I have a conversation for like an hour and a quarter trying to decide which way to go. Is the rear wiper that much of an issue or not? And we finished this conversation, I don't think with any more clarity than we started it, right? Just more confused, if anything. There was a point in the conversation where I said, Erwin, I've got it. It's the GT Silver. That is the way you have to go. I'm convinced of it. There can be no more discussion. And that was at about 45 minutes. At around 58 minutes, Erwin, it's absolutely the graphite blue car. It was just this seesawing affair of just ridiculousness. So at the end of the conversation, I left Erwin to then call Alan and have a similar length conversation about the same issue, and raised it with Kath. I thought Kath is my kind of
course,
she's my North Star when it comes to all things design, right? So I send Erwin a message after the conversation with Kath, and I'll read it to you. I said, okay, another perspective. Spoke to Kath about the 2 cars in question and showed her the photos. Kath loves cars. She loves simplicity in design and hates anything superfluous that takes away from something's beauty. Less is more in all things. She doesn't like complication, and furthermore, in modern cars, she doesn't like colours all that much. So obviously you know which car she preferred. The graphite blue. In her words, silver 911s are everywhere. The graphite blue looks unique but subtle, and you 2 idiots need your head read if you think the rear wiper is such a problem.
That's so funny. That's so funny because I was desperately trying not to chime in during that story, but I'll say it now. Don't you just hate Porsche people? Who sits around talking about a fucking rear windscreen wiper for an hour? It's not that big a deal. Jesus, what do you guys do? Do you have nothing better to do than to sit around and Should I spend $100,000 over here or over there? Well, I don't know. It's got a rear wiper. Good Jesus.
I know, and believe me, having this conversation with you, who's busy saving the world, yeah, it's kind of absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, so Erwin the very next day, on the back of said message, committed to the graphite blue one, and I'm just going to say it here because I haven't said it to his face. I think he made the wrong call. It's not a great colour. No, I'm kidding. Erwin, I'm kidding. It looks amazing. It's such a great looking car, and he drove it back from Sydney over 2 days. I would have preferred him to have taken more twisty roads per my recommendation, but still, amazing car. Just stoked for him. So, Erwin, congrats, mate.
He sounds like a go-getter. He sounds like a bit of a go-getter. You know, straightest distance, A to B. Spend an hour trying to figure out whether or not he wants it. Look, if you don't like the rear wiper, just double hand it, yank it, it'll be off.
Well, do you know what? Because both of us had done some research on this. It's actually, you can't, unlike some models, you can't really take it off a 991.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it's not. Do you know what? If anyone could, you could.
I was going to say, look, anything's possible in the Auto Amateur Garage. You give it to me, I'll get it off. It might not be pretty, but you won't have to sit around bitching about it with your mates for a couple of hours.
Oh, do you know what? Like I say, I was laid out on the floor. To me, it was the best conversation, the best part of my day that day.
laid out on the floor with your top off, teasing your nipples every time somebody said the word Porsche.
I wouldn't have thought it would elicit that kind of response, if I'm honest.
I don't know where my mind went, but just don't ever tell me you were laid out on the floor again, for God's sake. Again, it's pre-coffee. I will say this, Erwin, as you're driving around the twisties, avoiding those kangaroos and, you know, whatever else the Australian outback throws at you, I honestly, genuinely hope that you can see that rear wiper out of your rear windscreen. I hope you can.
You're a good bloke. So with respect to the rear wiper and removing it, it does bring me to, you know, how people do butcher 991s. You've just done a video of installing CarPlay in a GT3.
Nice segue.
How'd you like that?
Dude, that's a work of art, my friend. It's a work of art. You bring your 911 or whatever Porsche it is to the Auto Amateur Garage. A few hours later, you've got a seamless installation of Apple CarPlay into your former crappy, terrible ER. What's going on? First of all, we're talking about being laid out, and now you're taking your clothes off. Everybody, I'm sitting there looking at Andy on FaceTime.
Keep your pants on. Just taking my jumper off. I'm wearing a freaking t-shirt. You are weird today. There is something weird going on. Next time, you need your Mr. Fusion coffee before we have this conversation.
All right.
So I gotta be honest about the CarPlay thing real quick, because I watched it and there's a lot to do. It's not an insignificant undertaking.
No, it's not. It's definitely a bit fiddly. You know, you got to take the head unit out. You got to crack open the head unit. You got to run some wires. I've got to say, I've successfully talked dozens of people through the job, you know, via email, instant message, and, you know, video chat. And there are loads of people that have followed my DIY video and have done it successfully themselves. But you're right, it's not like you get yourself a dongle and you plug it in and you just, you know, pop it in your armrest. Having said that, though, if you have factory CarPlay, but you want it to be wireless, that is super easy. You just plug in a little USB dongle and you're away. And it's a lot cheaper as well. But, you know, for me, it's a fun job to get my hands on a 911 for a few hours and pull it apart and put it back together again.
I have 6 words. Did you get to drive it?
I was counting those out because I didn't think you were smart enough to put that together in 6 words.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
No, not this time. Not this time. I mean, unless you count, you know, firing it up, driving it out of the garage, reversing it back so I had some more room to get in and out of it. No, I didn't this time. This was just a quick, rapid job.
And you hit 9,000 RPM while reversing it out of the garage.
Of course.
Yeah. Hey, so I should mention we've actually got we've got a great show for you today.
Oh God.
We're gonna talk about the Mission X. We're going to talk about Le Mans. We're going to talk about the 75 years celebration, planning for trips, car updates. It's going to be a ripping episode.
Yeah. What?
So yeah, I mean, we're how long are we into this? And
I don't know. It feels like we've been talking forever.
We're 15 minutes in, and I've just done the intro.
Let's move this along. Hey, so Mission X. Good Jesus! How awesome is that car? It looks incredible. You're not so convinced.
Okay.
I can see it in your face. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Go on then. Go on.
No, tell me your view. I mean, you say it's awesome. Let's hear it. Give me your opinion before I give you mine. Before I give you the correct opinion.
Look at it. Look at it. It's awesome. Now, look, that might be very Homer Simpson of me. And I'm hoping that it's got an extra bubble on the back and extra cup holders, but dude, it looks wicked. Yeah, it looks absolutely wicked. I couldn't give a toss about, how fast it is and what it might set up and blah, blah, blah. It's a cool looking car. All right, give me the professional lowdown.
Okay, so there's a couple of things here. To me, I want to be really excited about this car. I really do. And first of all, the phrase that really gets me is right at the end of the article on the Porsche newsroom, which says, if it goes into production.
Oh, just stop there.
If it goes into production.
So you actually read the article. Dude, just look at the pictures. It's awesome. It's great. All right, so this one potentially might not go into production.
Let's say I skimmed, all right? No, I did read it. And so the idea is that this will absolutely be the fastest car around the Nürburgring Nordschleife, which of course is the closest thing we have to some sort of objective empirical evidence of a performance threshold against which no other car can be measured, all right? So I get that. I think that's great. And I remember when Lamborghini took the record that the GT2 RS had set, I was kind of shitty about that. I want Porsche to have that title, right? I do.
Yeah,
I really do. So from that perspective, great. The fact that it's all electric, I'm okay with that. Because I think in this day and age, if you are going to release a hypercar and it have an internal combustion engine and not be as quick as an electric car, that just you're missing the point. You have to, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your viewpoint, it has to deliver a level of performance that exceeds what you can get in a plaid Tesla. So you have to go all electric. So I get that too. But I just don't really care. And well, do you know why I don't care?
I can see the headline. See the headline now. The Mission X. I just don't really care.
Well, okay. So do you know what? Do you know why? So if you look at Porsche's halo cars through the years, right? Let's go 959. The 959, just a technological tour de force when it was released. And that car, when you look at it, bears resemblance to the current day 911 in that particular moment, right? You can see its underpinnings. You can see it's based on it. The GT1, same thing. You can see the 996 in the headlights. You can connect those dots. Same with the Carrera GT. And even same with the 918 Spider. There is a design language, a Porsche design language that connects the dots with those cars and makes them feel unmistakably Porsche. This car, other than the newly updated crest on the front of it, could be from anyone. It could be from any manufacturer. It doesn't look. It looks like a prototype hypercar and a Le Mans car. I get that, but it doesn't look like a Porsche. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Maybe the front guards, as I look at it, that there's a let's call it a fleeting reference to the original 911 torpedo tubes or whatever you want to call them, but I don't know.
Yeah, I see that.
It's really cool. It's like I don't dislike it, but it could be a Rimac, it could be a Koenigsegg, it could come from anyone.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, actually, because I nearly said the same thing for a good reason. In that it could look like any other car. Like, it could look like a Lambo. It could look like, all of the other hypercars out there. But that's actually not a good thing, the way you just described it. So well done, mate. You've just completely rained on that parade. And I'm now like, Porsche, what are you thinking? Just forget it. Mission X, forget it. I want to see Mission Y.
Look, here's the thing, right? Do I want them? Do I hope they make it? Sure, I do. Because don't forget, this is the concept car version, and I'm not the only one who's voicing this opinion. There's plenty of it on social media. I'm sure they'll find a way to bring it in. And I know that with those headlights, they're actually saying that it references the Le Mans hypercar and the like. So there is a skerrick of Porsche design language in there.
Yeah.
And if it does go into production, I expect that perhaps they will just work that a little bit harder. And do I want them to have that Nordschleifer time? Yeah, of course I do. Do I want them to have a Halo hypercar? Yeah, for sure. I just want it to feel more Porsche.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Still cool. I liked your post on Instagram. This is the droid you're looking for.
It's interesting, though, thinking about concept car and ultimately what it could look like in production, because I got super excited when Mission E was announced, which ultimately became the Taycan. Right. Have you actually put those two designs next to each other to look at the Taycan next to Mission E? Because
I've not.
It's kind of like a Pinterest fail moment. When you see on the left-hand side, the amazing cupcakes that some professional baker has made, and then the slop that's on the plate that you created. Yeah. Because the Mission E got me really excited.
Oh, yeah, I'm just looking at it.
You are?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
So the Mission E was like, it got me super excited. And then ultimately when the Taycan came out, I was like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Hang on. And I put them side by side, woefully short of expectations based on what Mission E originally was.
Well, because the Mission E has got super flared arches. It looks insane. And actually, do you know what? Those kind of teardrop headlights of the Taycan, I would have thought that might have been where we landed on the new hypercar. Right? Like that because that's sort of becoming the new design language for Porsche. I thought they might have ended up there, and they have, but they've turned them obviously 90 degrees. But yeah, you're right. And then what's the other one? The other all electric race car that we spoke about, Mission.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mission.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think it was Mission. Yeah, maybe Mission F.
No, I don't think it was. It was Mission. Wasn't it? It looked like it looked like a Cayman, the red and white one. That's right.
That's cool. Right. Yeah, that was announced like a year ago, and that was going to be the future of F1 racing, or the future of something. Yeah, future of racing. Yeah. Where's that Porsche? Do you think we're in the golden years of Porsche right now? And this sort of like leads on to the conversation about the 75-year anniversary, because between all of the different variants we've been getting of the special models, the 911, we've been getting, things like the Dakar. Now the Cayman is going all electric. We've got this hypercar, like all of these. It seems like every week Porsche are announcing something dope. Here's another awesome thing that you can't afford, but it's absolutely amazing. I feel like they're going nuts.
Yeah, do you know what?
Are we getting desensitized?
Maybe. On one hand, I think there's truth in that, right? I love that they are just continually looking to innovate and evolve and bring new and exciting things, trying to find a way to make EVs exciting and have that sports car soul. I think that's terrific. I think the fact that they will do things like the Dakar is again just testament to their willingness to try things that, on paper may not necessarily present the best business case. And even that they're still making cars like the Carrera T, a lower spec, driver focused 911. There's a hell of a lot to be excited about in the world of Porsche. So yes, from that perspective, I think so. I don't romanticize the past. I know a lot of people, always talk about like the noughties, the 2000 to 2010 being this sort of peak car era. I can understand that to a degree. I look back just a little way in Porsche's history though, and believe that the teens. I think the teens were the real sweet spot for Porsche in my view. A lot of amazing things came out in that time, still driver focused cars. But let's see if in 3 years, let's see what we're talking about, because in 3 years we'll probably be looking back at that first gen 992, talking about how great it was and how small it is. And
yeah, as Porsche present their first flying car.
Correct. Yeah, with a Mr. Fusion generator on the back.
Exactly. I see, and I get that reference now. So speaking of Porsche 75 years celebration, I, for one, did absolutely nothing apart from, see the social media feed. I had loads of friends that were down at the local dealer who was putting on a party. The local Porsche Club of America guys went out and got drunk and did shots. I don't know, whatever they did, but it was something to do with 75 years. I myself did zero. How about you, good self?
One of us committed to doing some research. Actually, mate, if I'm honest, I think it would have passed me by completely as well. And because it's funny, right? Because Porsche Australia always shares video content on their socials from the events that they have. And dude, I look at this content and I look at the people who are there. I could not be further removed from that group if I tried. It's really? Every hot socialite and influencer, and it bears no resemblance to me. I don't cross. I don't mix with that cohort. Not that I have anything against people like that. I'm just more saying that there's a I guess socioeconomic factor that probably comes into it, huh? So I'd sort of forgotten about it, and then a mate of mine said, "Oh, I'm thinking about going to PCM, Porsche Center Melbourne today for the 75-year thing," and I thought, I had nothing on, so I said, "Yeah, I'll come and meet you down there." I was really glad I did, because what they did was they'd cleared out the dealership of their regular cars, the Cayennes, and Macans and SUVs, basically. And they had this incredible mix. It's not a big dealer, certainly on a global stage, but it's certainly big enough. And they had, what did they have in there? They had the 935, the updated 935 from 2019, I guess that was. They had one of those. They had a 73 RS lightweight. They had a 991.2 Speedster in Oratium green. Just that car for me was absolute highlight. They had a 959. They had a Mint GT4 RS. They had an acid green GT2 RS. They had some, they actually rolled out some heavy hitters. And then they had the workshop open as well. And and the other thing, they had a black Carrera GT. Every Carrera GT I've ever seen in Australia has been silver. Carrera GT in black is, oh man, that is just a new dream car for me.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
No, neither. It was the first time I'd seen one. And my buddy Anthony and I were there, and we did the old, which one would you take? What's the car you take, right? That old exercise. And he was hot on the GT4 RS in mint green. I said, and this is an odd choice for me, I said I'd take the Speedster, because as much as I don't necessarily love a soft top. A Speedster I do love, and this car in this colour was just, it was the most perfect spec. But then on the way out, we both looked at the black Carrera GT and said, yeah, no, I'd take the Carrera GT.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's silly. It looks like a different car than the silver one.
It actually does, doesn't it? No, it really does. I agree. And they had they had the workshop open, and then out the back near the workshop, they had this little Transformers display where they had clearly a customer's 964 silver one that they'd put all the decals and everything on to match the 964 from the upcoming Transformers movie. So that was pretty cool. That was really cool. So it was good. There was a DJ there, and then Tag Heuer had a kind of a pop-up booth there as well, and there was finger food coming around. It was a pretty cool event. I'm sure the night before there was a gala black tie event to which I was sadly uninvited, where all the beautiful people were. But I was actually really glad I went along. I think they put on a really good event. And then actually the other thing they did was they had their various heads of department, motorsport and the like, doing little short presentations on each of the cars, and it didn't feel overcooked. It didn't feel like they spoke forever and crapped on. It was well structured. I mean, I only stuck around for an hour maybe, but it was good. Bumped into some people I knew. It was great.
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm glad I didn't go.
Yeah. I'm glad I did, because otherwise this would have been the shortest episode ever.
Absolutely. Hey, so is this the dealership that you went to try and get a marketing car from, and they were like, yeah, let's check out Last Rasp. Yeah, come back when you've got maybe another 990,000 subscribers.
Well, so it is the home of Porsche Australia. So I think they operate out of the same building, if I'm not mistaken. Someone may correct me on that. And yes, I was told I needed 100,000 subscribers before they would give me a press car.
100,000 subscribers. So that's not like completely unrealistic, Andy. If you put, look, if you continue with your,
if I quit my job and leave my family,
annual video.
I did say to her, I said, Chris Harris doesn't even have 100,000 subscribers. She probably doesn't know who Chris Harris is, but no, she wasn't impressed with my approach. So do you know what though? I did see they've got that they had a 992 GTS, and you can rent it for a day.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really, it's like $911 for the day.
Funny.
And I don't know what sort of kilometer limits you have on it, but I thought maybe I rent that for the day and make a video about it. And I thought, what am I talking about? I don't want to spend that kind of money to rent a car to make a video that 7 people will watch.
I was going to say, to get the 70 cents from YouTube back for it.
I don't even monetize my videos. So
there you go.
Yeah. So it's the 75th year for Porsche. It is also the 100th year of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. I'm sure you got right into it, spent a whole weekend. You're deep on it, right?
I knew that. Yeah. Google Le Mans.
What did you think of what did you think of the result? What were your thoughts?
It was superb. It was fantastic. It was on Sunday, June 11th, 2023. Don't try and trick me like that, Andy Gaunts.
Oh, you could have just winged it. That was anyway. Well, I mean, it was Porsche didn't exactly have the best day out, to be fair. But I think hopefully next year they might. I tell you what's going to be interesting is Michael Fassbender from the Road to Le Mans series on YouTube, famous actor, was at Le Mans again this year, and he binned it again. So
was that the show that was directed by Denis Villeneuve? That's actually that's possible. It's possible.
It is. I mean, at least he didn't say Jacques Villeneuve. No, but we've talked about it before. It's the Porsche-based series where he's doing all of these races in the GT3 series, kind of building up to racing Le Mans. It's incredible, and hats off to him. I think it's a massive undertaking, and really, to me, illustrates that all the training, all the commitment in the world is really important, but there's still raw talent and racecraft that is really hard to manufacture. And I felt bad for him because he hit the wall later on in the piece, which was a disappointing outcome. I'm just bringing something up because my show notes weren't all that good.
You're driving around in circles for 24 hours. You're gonna drive into a wall, basically. I mean, it's probability.
It's not NASCAR, mate. It's pretty sick.
Well, at least with NASCAR, you can just set cruise control and just angle it. You just keep your hand in one position.
Yeah, that's all they do. That's all they do. Look, I mean, I'm sure they'd be disappointed because in the hypercar category, the highest finishing Porsche was the Penske Motorsport Porsche, which came in 9th. I don't think there's been a huge amount of development in that car. I think actually the big result of the day was actually in the LMGTE class, where the Iron Dames in their 911 RSR, which is an all-women team, they actually came 4th, and they were battling for the lead for a good long while and brought it home 4th, and I think were disappointed with that result and very much expected a podium. So hats off to them. They really waved the Porsche flag in fine style.
Could you imagine just rocking up to your local Cars and Coffee in that Penske Motorsport car? I mean, you'd be the tits for the day.
Yeah, but do you know what? There'd be someone who rocked up in maybe just like a DeLorean or a Hugo or some other weird little car, or Yugo, sorry. Some other weird little car would still beat you.
Yeah. It would still beat you.
Well, I always talk about, there was, I was at Cars and Coffee a while ago, and this dude rocked up in a Unimog, and it's that guy, he won Cars and Coffee that day. He won it. And there's this dude actually who always rocks up in this little, I think it's a Mazda. It's tiny with gull wing doors on it. I don't know I can't remember what it's called. It was never actually officially released in Australia, but it's this tiny little thing. And every time there's a Cars and Coffee and that guy rocks up, he wins.
I don't know.
So, Bluey, the Stripe, where are we at? Are we committed?
We are committed to the Stripe, absolutely. Especially considering the 996 Club Sport Classic just sold at auction for $1.2 million. And I'm just going to say, it's stolen my design. It's stolen my idea. So if I can find some, at least thinks that my car looks anything like the Club Sport Classic, and I can auction that thing off for $500,000. Yeah, baby, I'm in like Slim. I'm loving it, actually, and I've had a lot of great feedback on it. And the only person so far who seems to really dislike the stripes is Ruthie.
Oh, actually, does Ruthie come in the car much?
No, not really. Dude, we hardly ever get a chance to go out together, to be honest. With 3 kids.
Oh yeah, you get young
careers,
kids. Yeah.
When we do get a date night, it's like, I'm thinking, oh yeah, we're going to take the 911. We're going to go downtown Minneapolis. We're going to, hit up a nice restaurant that we haven't been to for a while. And then when date night actually happens, it's like, can I be asked getting out of my hoodie and shorts, and let's just take the Cayenne, and we end up going to a Chipotle about 3 blocks away just in case the babysitter phones it says, Adam's beating up Gracie or something like that.
I mean, there it is. Don't ever let anyone say you're not a romantic. I mean,
oh my God, absolutely. Yeah, Chipotle followed by a quick walk around Target, where most of the time I just stay in the Cayenne and watch YouTube videos while she goes and spends $150 on shit we don't need.
Oh man.
How about that for a dose of reality?
Oh, it's
Anyway, look, I want to talk about video of the week, because for once I have watched the video of the week. At least I think I have, because you sent me a couple of videos this week.
Do you know the best part of this? For once you've watched it. For once, I don't know what it is.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Which one was it? I don't.
It was the one about the guy doing the road trip from Helsinki across Scando somewhere to Nordkap. He's in a classic Porsche. It's called Headlights North, and it's just beautiful. I mean, it's
oh my God! Yes.
yeah.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Okay.
Did you
okay.
see
Well,
it?
because
you sent it to me, son. I'm expecting you did see it, but I don't know how we shot it. Well, I guess I can kind of try and figure it out, but it's great. He's done an absolutely amazing job, and it almost looks like a 70s kind of spy thriller shot today in a classic Porsche, out in the wilderness, just, man and machine. Epic shots of rivers and fords and bridges, and I think he's even camping at one point in the video, if I remember correctly.
He is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, it looks like what I imagine I want to do in my car, and probably never will. But he's in a 912, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and he's just out in the wilderness. He ends up at some log cabin and just gets in this like canoe and just rows out into the middle of this lake, and then just comes back, and it looks like it is like the coldest place on earth. And he just lights this fire outside, and you just look at it and think, yep, I want to be doing exactly what he's doing. And they've done such a great job of capturing the solitude of it, the peacefulness of it, kind of, contrasting against this great old car, and they run into some mechanicals and stuff like that, but nothing too dramatic. It just sometimes I like a film that, is all about performance, and you see a car being pushed to the limit, but sometimes there's something about the idea of escapism when it comes to these cars. And whether we've done a journey like that where we're driving through Norway to see the Northern Lights on our own and camping and having little fires on the roadside, or whether it's doing a rally with friends, I think we can all relate to that road trip adventure in your car kind of idea, and it's something we all aspire to.
Absolutely. And, just aesthetically, the way it starts off in black and white. And then he gets off the boat, and I think one of the best shots of the entire video is when the headlights just sort of fire up on the 911 as the light is coming up out of it looks like the boat's docking or what have you. Anyway, that's just incredible. And did he shoot that alone? I don't think he did.
No, he's got someone with him. He's got someone with him.
Yeah. I mean, just the drone photography, the way the drone's moving when he's driving. I mean, that's not active track, and you can't. No, absolutely. You can't wing that by yourself.
No.
But it's funny. I kept on watching it, thinking, at some point, Chris from Overcrest is just going to pop up with his baseball cap, like, "Hey, I'm here too."
But you're right, because it kind of has. Again, when you think about the way he talks about travel and adventure in his car, it has that sort of feel to it, right? Like, really just putting yourself out there and taking your car somewhere spectacular where people would think, I remember when we had Chris on the pod, and he talked about the 911 being the perfect tool for this task, and I said to him, well, isn't a Subaru Forester a better tool for this task? Because objectively speaking, Yeah, of course it is. But, his point of view was it's not just about having the car that does it all without fuss. Having a car where there's a sense of adventure about it is part of it. And actually, I'm just watching it now, and I can actually tell you he definitely has someone there with him, because there's a whole lot of handheld camera moves of him.
Yeah.
So unless he's got a really long arm, and he's
yeah, right. You're right. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
But it's very romantic feeling. And it's funny because we do video of the week all the time. This is one where I watch it and I think I really want everyone to see this one.
Yeah.
And I want you to watch it and then go and drive your car, because it makes me want to do that more than anything.
Definitely.
This is so good. I forgot about it.
This is the type of video that, I have been playing it on a loop. So on my desk, I've got my laptop, I've got an iPad next to me, and I've been pretty much playing it on a loop nonstop for days. But it's the type of thing you could just put on in the background, and watch it all day. While you're cooking in the kitchen or you're doing whatever in the living room. It's just, it's epic. What a stunning video. Yeah,
and actually, I watched it with Kath, and she loved the car straight away, but also the footage and the scenery. And what was interesting was there's a section where he's driving along next to a lake about halfway through the video, and there's two shots that just look to me so reminiscent of one of the roads I drove in Tasmania. Everything about it just reminds me of Tasmania. So it got me very, very excited for that trip as well.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah. When's your trip?
I'm about 6 weeks away from going to Tail of the Dragon. Super excited about that. So, it sort of spurred me on to do a couple of little jobs in Bluey this week. So, I've done the oil change. I've replaced the wiper cowl, which was, that plastic trim underneath the wiper blades, which has been coming loose and breaking. And I've even detailed the interior of the car. I've had a bit of time to myself this week.
That's nice, huh?
Marvelous. Yeah, it's really nice. And it looks like you have as well. Was I dreaming, or did you send me a photo of a clean and tidy garage? No, that wasn't you. It wasn't you. Really?
That was me. You may remember on the pod ages ago, I said I was cleaning up my garage. And I think I even made reference to a fellow YouTuber who we know has a great garage, and I said, "Come at me." And then Kath was cleaning out the study and dumped everything that she cleaned out of the study in the garage.
Oh.
And
Isn't
I
that the way?
I just 100%, and I just kind of lost momentum because I had all this stuff. I just couldn't get rid of it, and so for the last 18 months, my garage has been terrible again, terrible. And so last weekend, I rolled my big bin into the garage and just started, and it was really small at first. I didn't really have a plan to do it all, but in the end, I just kept going. And the thing I realized was I had all of this stuff that I needed to offload, either take it to the tip or the dump or sell it. And I hate selling stuff. And I had all of this. When I used to be a mad keen mountain biker, I would just buy. I had so many parts, man.
Oh, really?
Stacks and stacks. So I took a photo of them all. I was going to put them on Marketplace, and then I actually called a buddy of mine. I'm like, dude, I'm going to put these on Marketplace unless you want them. And so he just came and took them all away, and they were gone. Awesome. And then I've been selling a few bits and pieces as well, so that's all done. And now, everything's great. Now I do need to get some kind of workbench and storage system with pegboard and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
and I really do need to paint it, and I really want to paint the floor because the garage has got 16 years of just shit all over the walls, oil stains on the floor. So I'd love to just really finish it off now.
I was just about to say, looking at this photo, it's a blank canvas, man. You could do magical things with that floor. You could, whether they're tile or epoxy. I've got to say, you got a very fancy garage door. It's not like the inside of garage doors are often just like boring and crappy, but you got a fancy one.
No, do you know what? Because that garage door is only not even a year old, I wouldn't say, and it's a sectional door. It's beautiful out the front. It's all timber. It's lovely. And what they usually do is just paint the backside of it black.
Yeah.
But when we were visiting them, they had this white, and I said, "Well, can we do the white on the back?" And they said, "We don't usually do that." And I said, "But could you?" Because I wanted the reflection. I wanted the extra light in the room. I knew that would bounce off the car. And they said, "Yeah, okay." So yeah, it is. It looks really good on the inside, unlike most garage doors.
Yeah, totally.
There's only one thing missing.
The Porsche.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not reminisce on the GT4. It's gone.
I wasn't even going to talk. Do you know? I wasn't even going to talk about the GT4. I was just going to talk about Little Green. And I had So I think I told you when I was selling the GT4, the day the guy came to pick it up, I was feeling reasonably low, and then I got a message saying my KWs had arrived in the country a week ahead of schedule.
Hooray!
A week ahead. This was Thursday, not just gone, but the one before. Yeah. And so they will be in Melbourne by Tuesday last week. I'm like, I'm going to have the car by Friday afternoon, right? Now, we're recording this on Monday night, my time, Monday morning, your time. Wednesday, I messaged them like, hey, have they arrived yet? No, not yet. I get a call from 9 Auto on Thursday afternoon. The shocks are still in Sydney. They never got sent.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Come on, guys.
So anyway, they were sent on Friday. No, they were sent Thursday, arrived there Friday. So I want to say this week. I want to say I'm going to have it this week.
Well, it's winter there, isn't it, for you guys down south?
Yeah, but we drive. Like, it's not. There's no snow. Like we had yesterday. I would have driven the car all weekend. All weekend, no doubt about it.
See, I was just trying to make you feel better, but if you don't want to play that game, tough shit.
No, I want to wallow. I want to wallow in my misery, if that's okay with you.
Boo-hoo, Andy Gauns.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so do we have anything for our Porsche Buddies segment this week, or whatever it's called? Porsche Global Community Awesomeness Outreach.com.
Porsche Pals.
No. Yeah, all right, Porsche Pals.
Can we stick to an... I even got messages saying, you guys need to sort your shit out. And do you know what? If I'm honest, to me, the whole thing's tainted now.
Oh, Andy.
I don't want to play anymore. I'm taking my bat and ball. No, do you know what? I got nothing.
Oh, God. All right, then. Well, I think that wraps it up for another day. You can go back to watching TV. Kath has been sat there with, whatever it is you're watching, Glee on Netflix, and you should put it on pause just for you. So I'll let you go back to your Netflix, and I'm going to go get some coffee.
Do that. Enjoy your big gulp, and I will not be watching Glee. I'll be going to bed now. Enjoy your Monday.
All right, then. I will. Thank you very much, everybody out there. Thank you for checking in and checking out another episode of Curb and Canyon, and we'll see you in the next one.
You bet, guys. Follow us on Instagram, Curb and Canyon. Follow James, Auto Amateur Knobhead, and follow Andy at Last Rasp. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Also, Amateur